Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse. And I'm a couple of minutes late today, I beg your pardon, but this is Reverend Don's vlog and we are on the air. And today our question comes to us from Kzane. And this is a question from our YouTube channel, Magic TV, magictv.com. And this is where I've been doing the vlog for over a decade. And I'm very glad to be getting original questions again. And Kzane has this question. Kzane asks about the Witches' New Year, which they identify as October 31st, and how this is different from the Calendrical New Year of January 1st, or are they the same? And there is an answer behind this, of course. There are a few things to say about it. And I wouldn't say that they're the same. The New Year at Soven is a liturgical New Year. It is used to begin the ritual cycle of the year. It is celebrated as a religious New Year, but of course we normally use the Gregorian calendar in everyday life. So we also observe the January 1st New Year. The Witches' New Year of the Festival of Soven, the Festival of Death and Rebirth, is from the ancient Celtic schedule of festivals by way of the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church adopted the four great Celtic festivals and spread them throughout Europe to places they had never been before and throughout the Americas, which is why you find these observances far beyond Celtic countries. The Festival of Soven is actually November 1st, but it begins October 31st. And in ancient times, and for many modern witches, it is the beginning of the new spiritual year. And we are like many other people in having both a religious New Year and a secular New Year. Many different religions maintain older calendars that they continue to use for liturgical observances, and we're no different in this. Are they the same? Therefore, they're not the same. But they're the same idea, and if you were to go back in time, once it was the Calendrical New Year. It is maintained for religious reasons, and the whole cycle of the year, the festivals of the year, the 8 great sabbats, basically represent the creation and destruction cycle of existence, birth, life, and death, the life of one full year from beginning to end, and beginning at Soven, it seems to make sense for this cycle because it is the end of the old and the beginning of the new. Now, I do want to say that when I was young, way back in the 70s, this was not the only Witches' New Year. A number of traditions who had more Mediterranean origins celebrated their New Year, their liturgical New Year, at the spring equinox, when the sun enters Aries, in accordance with the zodiacal cycle. And at the time, this was not an unusual thing, but it dropped out of use for the most part in the 1980s. I haven't heard of anyone doing that for a long time, but for a while they were running neck and neck as to which one was more popular, at least in the US witch community. And again, this was more a custom of traditions who had more Mediterranean origins, and in fact our Karelian tradition at that time tended to celebrate the liturgical New Year in the spring rather than in the fall. But we changed with the times and with the general consensus of the community and moved to Soven because we love the holiday and it made sense. Will things change in the future? Things always change. But certainly for the foreseeable future, we celebrate our liturgical New Year at Soven. And I cannot really see that changing. Now, we also celebrate the secular New Year at January 1st, and this is also an ancient New Year. The Romans notably moved their New Year celebration from the spring equinox to the winter solstice, which is to say January 1st, the calends closest to the solstice. And it stayed there in Roman-influenced culture ever since. And so it also has very ancient traditions associated with it. And in fact, we've talked about a few of these recently on the vlog, notably the goddess Strenia, who is believed to be the origin of La Befana, who is sometimes called the Christmas witch or the Epiphany witch of Italian tradition. And the goddess Strenia was celebrated at the New Year, and she was associated with sweeping out the old year and sweeping in the new year, and with it new luck and new beginnings, and gifts were exchanged in her honor. And much of this is maintained in the legends of La Befana. So these are my comments on the subject of the Witch's New Year, and I think there's really nothing else to say about it. I hope that you found it helpful, and I want to recommend to you Rev Don's Book of Questions, which is a book of 100 questions taken from this vlog over the course of a decade, and it has many interesting questions on all manner of subjects, ranging from the Peace Prayer campaign to aliens to paranormal and metaphysical issues, and it's available at CorellianPublishing.com. And if you like the vlog, please hit like and subscribe and share according to the platform you're seeing it on. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments section and I will attempt to address them. And thank you for watching, and until next time, may you blessed be.